Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the garden that we are starting. I am currently residing in Zone 8B up in the Pacific Northwest. It's really the rainforest here, and the land that I live on is the forest. I'm surrounded by evergreen trees. It's very wet, it's very cold most of the year. Currently, we are on our first step, clearing out the rocks, getting the land prepared for our beds. We are going to do no dig garden beds this year. I really wanted to do raised beds, but time just did not permit them to happen. So we're going to plant directly on the ground using the no dig method. I learned about the no dig method while doing research on YouTube. Charles Doding is the person who taught me the most about it. And from the first video, I think I watched like all of them. I was so mesmerized by his garden and how clean it looked, and the fact that he didn't have to do a lot of weeding, which is something that I'm really wanting to get a hold of. I do not want to do a lot of weeding. I just want to enjoy my garden. So I'm excited to see how this method works out for us. I know one of the founding principles of the no dig method is to leave the ground undisturbed, but I will show you what our ground is looking like, and you will understand that we are going to have to pick out some of these large rocks. It's very rocky soil. So we're just going to start off with getting some of these rocks picked up, and I'm really excited to take you along on this journey. Work, you know? And in true Pacific Northwest fashion, it's raining, which means we must garden in the rain. We have to do everything in the rain because it always rains. So currently we are measuring out all of our beds. So we're starting off with the first one, measuring it out to 2 feet. We're going to dig a couple of inches deep into the earth. As you can see, we started doing that right here. And then we're going to sift through all of the dirt to give our veggies a chance at developing some deep and stable root systems. Unfortunately, we're doing this all in the rain, so we can't actually do the sifting today. We can only do the digging. So I think we're just going to start off with the first garden bed of 2 feet, and then we're going to keep going until we finish this whole square. It's very hard to work in the rain, but such is life when you live here. So, and what is the saying? Spring flowers bring May flowers. Well, yeah, spring showers bring May flowers. So I want to embrace it the best that I can. So we've decided to take a pause on the manual tilling. It was just way too much work and felt like we were working and accomplishing nothing. So Jonathan's gonna put the backhoe implement on the tractor, and we're just gonna use the tractor for the project, which is what we should have done in the first place, but you live, you learn, you waste a lot of time. So we're moving forward that way, which I'm really excited about because it is so wet and it is so cold. So I'm excited to just keep making progress. So this is the very first thing that we have grown here on our garden. Back in February, we decided to do a little test run and see how garlic grew out here on the land. We purchased some organic garlic from the grocery store, and we also purchased some garlic from the garden center. We wanted to see how they compared in growth. Clearly, everything is doing really well, and it doesn't really seem like one is superior to the other. We'll really know once we harvest what turned out better. But we bought the garlic, we soaked it in liquid fertilizer, and then we just planted it directly into the ground. We mulched some of it and we left some unmulched. Like I said, this bed is really just a test run, kind of like an experiment to see how things grow directly in this soil, and we're so excited to harvest.
So we noticed today that there were some mushrooms growing in our garden bed for the garlic. We looked these up and they are cup mushrooms. They're called pazizas. So the street name for them is dung cups.
Dung cups.
Dung cups. But it's actually, as we learned, a good sign that the mulch is doing well and everything's decomposing the way that it should. So at first we thought maybe they we had removed them, they might be bad for the garlic, but it's actually a good sign. It shows that everything's like decomposing naturally and that the soil is really nutrient dense and rich. So hello to our little mushroom friends. Yeah, it's a good sign.
Stepping into the garden, you don't always know what you're doing. You plant hope in the soil with shaky hands. You chase the sun. You forget things. You make mistakes, and you learn. Later, you'll look back and see 100 ways you could have done it better. Straighter rows, richer soil, more patience. But that's not what this is about. It's about stepping in anyway. It's about showing up, heart first, and letting the seasons teach you. It's about letting the work shape you, just as much as you shape the land. Thank you for being here at the beginning of this journey, for growing alongside me. I can't wait to see where we go from here. I'll see you in the next video.